no extra windfall tax on energy firms, and a tax cut for the wealthiest in our society. This is a needless political own goal, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. In fact, I think that Liz Truss's biggest concern should be simply the amount of time she's got for this to take real effect, because it can only be 2 years until the next election. And I think that is not Keir Starmer. It's not the headlines. That is what is going to matter. But we should remember when this was last done. I mean, Mrs. Thatcher cut the top rate of tax, not from a measly 45 to 40, but from 60 to 40. And what actually happened was that the take from that tax bracket to the Exchequer went up, not down, because suddenly it was worth taking the extra risk. It wasn't worth all the accountancy fiddles that Dennis has referred to. It wasn't worth all the offshore arrangements. It was worth actually working because you could keep more of your own money. So we need to remember that. The take from the Exchequer didn't go down, it went up. Now, I believe that growth is the answer to this. I think low taxes are a part of that. Inevitably, what we're hearing is the politics of envy. But I think what we need to hear is the patient explanation that the EU has a cap on bankers' bonuses. We now don't. That makes the city very, very competitive. And what we shouldn't forget is that the city pays tens of billions of pounds in taxes. We always forget that. It isn't just a moneymaker's paradise. I mean, it's actually a huge contribution to the country. And therefore, investment and drive in the city is necessary, and this will give us a competitive edge. And we've simply got to explain those things. It's not about making life easier for the rich. It's all about making life more investment-driven for Britain.
Yes, although, Anne, was it not politically naive to go for that cut from 45 to 40%? I mean, are they not gifting Labour a propaganda opportunity there and a message to propound on the doorsteps? I mean, if you were at Cabinet, would you have said, look, that's not a hill to die on, 45%?
If I were at Cabinet, I would be saying, forget the headlines for a moment. What is the right thing to do? Then having decided what the right thing to do is, then the next question you've got to ask is, how best can you sell this? Now, remember, we're hearing all the Labour headlines at the moment. There's a Labour Party conference going on. The Conservative Party one is yet to come. And then people will be hearing the other side of this. So I'm not as depressed as you appear to think I ought to be, Mark, by the headlines and by the propaganda, because I expected that anyway. The instant I heard what she was doing, I could have written the headlines in it.
Anne, briefly, what are your first impressions of Liz Truss's time at number 10?
Well, obviously, I'm delighted with the budget. I mean, I think she's actually showing huge courage. What I'm very, very disappointed over, because she promised to be tough, is her attitude towards Northern Ireland. And I will not vote Conservative again, and I've said this lots of times, I will not vote Conservative again until Northern Ireland is being treated fully as a part of the UK, and that we can trade freely with Northern Ireland as we have always done. And until that happens, and for her to say, oh, well, it may be another 6 months, and we've got to please old Uncle Joe. No, we don't. This is our country, and we take the initiative.